Right, welcome guys to my review of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 3. My god, this was a slog. Wow. It's interesting, isn't it? You know, when you craft a narrative where you have sort of polar opposite characters that complement one another, and then you decide to murder one of those characters, the narrative does tend to fall apart. Now, it's interesting that in The Last of Us, what they chose to do is effectively kill off Joel and replace his archetypal character, right? The softening character. Because Ellie's a bitch, right? She's not a nice character. Not in the show, anyway. May have been different in the games. I never played them. But Joel softens Ellie. The characterization that they've gone with for the show. So they chose to pursue what they did in the game and murder Joel off, but then they replaced him with Ellie's love interest. Right? That's what they actually did. From an archetypal perspective, they then replaced him with that love interest. But the problem is, you've spent season 1 getting used to Joel's characterization and him as an individual, what his motivations are, and people are engaged with him, right? They've bought in. They've bought into that character. Now, we could have a discussion of whether his character was good enough by comparison to the games or not. We're just talking about archetypes here. And anyway, so then they replaced him with someone that you don't really know or care about. Good times. That's real smart, isn't it? Idiots. So this is what we're left with. We're left with a show which now hinges on a love interest that no one really cares about, softening the character of Ellie, who is played by Bella Ramsey, who basically can't act at all, and comes across rather insufferable in this. Whether she's been directed in that way or not, I don't know. Obviously, we're not privy to that. But she comes across pretty insufferable. So, yeah, really dumb, actually. And it's not engaging remotely at all anymore. I mean, season 2 wasn't massively engaging anyway, but yeah, they've really dropped the ball. From a narrative perspective, as you write stories and things like that, you can kind of see where I'm coming from with this. It's narrative suicide to do this. I don't understand why they chose to do it in the games. It's really, really dumb. Because yeah, all you've done is swap one characterization out, one archetypal character for another. Narrative-wise, they serve exactly the same purpose, which is to soften Ellie. Dumb. Really, really dumb, actually. Really dumb. And they're being blasted. They're being blasted online for it. Because people are like, this is crap. What are you doing? All the Pedro Pascal fans hate it. All the fans of the game hate it. They're like, you had an opportunity to do something different to what you did in the game, which we hated. You chose not to do it. We hate you for doing this as well. So it's just falling apart. And fundamentally, a show is only as good as its story. Right? Like, this show looks good. Of course it does. It looks great. And it's got HBO money. It's got loads of money behind it. Loads of cash. Looks brilliant. But fundamentally, it falls apart on a narrative level. And I know I've spent, nearly 4 minutes talking about this now, but it's really important. Because some people just simply go, well, yeah, it still looks good and it's got some action, therefore it's good. No, narrative-wise, it's fallen apart. And it's also just, it's lazy. This is equal to, in laziness anyway, equal to what they did with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, where the writers are so creatively bankrupt that they took the ending of the last film, The Crystal Skull, undid everything, narrative-wise for the characters, where that film ended off, undid everything at the start of this new Dial of Destiny film, only to end up with the characters in exactly the same situation at the end of Dial of Destiny. It's dumb. Characters go through arcs. You need to grow those characters. You murder one off to replace them with another one. It's completely reductive. It's dumb. So, anyway, yeah, the show looks good, right? There were some horrifying moments, I guess, to a degree. sort of. You know, you're seeing the aftermath of the infected rampage across, what was it, Jackson? Sure, fine, yeah, good, I guess. You know, the sort of somber vibes and things like that. But it was really boring. It was really boring. Now, this is pretty standard writing, where you sort of ramp up to something, then you back off. You've got to have a reset. And that's what they used this episode for, as a reset. But it was really quite poorly handled. It was dumb. They should have had a little bit more sort of peppering in of sort of, I don't know, the interwoven story is what they're obviously going to be doing from now on. But they should have done a little bit more of that peppered in, because it was boring. Because again, and I go back to it, you're now left with a character that most people dislike, because the way she's either directed or is acting it is insufferable. And you don't care about her love interest. You just don't really give a shit. So it's not that engaging to watch. And I think that they're going to... well, they're going to suffer the consequences of it. And they already are. I mean, 51% on Rotten Tomatoes as a whole. Yeah, it's not good. 2.9 out of 5 stars. That's not good at all. When you compare it directly to Season 1, Season 1's like 90-odd%. Like, that's a big drop-off. Drop-off is real. So there you go. I don't have much else to say here. My review of it is all the narrative-wise. Nothing happened in this. Ellie decided to go off into the wilderness to pursue Abby with her love interest. Cool, great. I'm now gonna have to watch these women, their love blossom. I don't care. Like I don't care. Like, I'm not bought into it. I don't care, and I think most people don't care. So there you go. Bad episode, but they played themselves. Like, congrats, Naughty Dog, HBO, Neil Druckmann. You played yourself. Leave your thoughts down below, though. I genuinely would like to hear. If you refute any of the points that I've given, drop it down below. I'd like to hear genuinely. Also, if you are new here, or indeed a returning viewer that's not yet subscribed, hit subscribe. Really does help the channel out. And also, you can stay up to date on everything. You know, hit subscribe, turn those notifications on. Lots of people don't get notified. It's quite frustrating. Some people turn up on the channel 4 months later. They're like, oh, I thought you died. It's like, no. YouTube just being YouTube. So hit subscribe. Helps grow this channel. Take care. Bye-bye now.